Good morning, everyone. Welcome to CSL Eugene Meditation with me. Good morning. I'm so glad you're here. You are in my home, in my living room, and you're also in my heart. So let's begin in just a few minutes. First, let's take a few deep breaths together, inhaling and out, exhaling, and pausing for just a moment in the middle of it. And this is to help us to center, to eliminate all the noise outside or any distractions, but to bring you right in here in you. So let's begin. Inhale, please, with me. Exhale. Good. Again, inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Good, good, good. Thank you. Today, for our meditation, I'm going to be reading to you from the book called Choose Once Again, Selections from A Course in Miracles. And yes, thank you for the beautiful slideshow that you're going to be seeing now during my meditation. So let's begin. I'm going to start with our lovely chime. Beautiful. God is with me. He is my source of life, the life within, the air I breathe, the food by which I am sustained, the water which renews and cleanses me. He is my home, wherein I live and move. The spirit which directs my actions offers me its thoughts and guarantees my safety from all pain. He covers me with kindness and with care, and holds in love the sun he shines upon, who also shines on him. How still is he who knows the truth of what he speaks. I am the home of light and joy and peace. I welcome them into the home I share with God because I am a part of him. Today, I will accept God's peace and joy in glad exchange for all the substitutes that I've made for happiness and peace. Abide in peace, where God would have you to be. I want the peace of God. To say these words is nothing, but to mean these words is everything. If you could mean them for just an instant, there would be no further sorrow possible for you in any form, in any place, or time. Heaven would be completely given back to full awareness, memory of God entirely restored, the resurrection of all creation fully recognized. I want the peace of God. No one can mean these words and not be healed. He cannot play with dreams nor think he is himself a dream. He cannot make a hell and think it real. He wants the peace of God, and it is given to him. For that is all he wants, and that is all he will receive. Many have said these words, but few indeed have meant them. The world would be completely changed should any two agree these words express the only thing they want. I want the peace of God. The mind, which means that all it wants is peace, must join with other minds, for that is how peace is obtained. And when the wish for peace is genuine, the means for finding it is given. In a form, each mind that seeks for it in honesty can understand. I want the peace of God. Whatever form the lesson takes is planned for him in such a way that he cannot mistake it if his asking is sincere. But if he asks without sincerity, there is no form in which the lesson will meet with acceptance and be truly learned. I want the peace of God. No one who truly seeks the peace of God can fail to find it. For he merely asks that he deceive himself no longer by denying to himself what is God's will. I want the peace of God. Who can remain unsatisfied who asks for what he has already? Who could be unanswered who requests an answer which is his to give? The peace of God is yours. What can my function be but to accept the word of God, who has created me for what I am and will forever be? Blessed beings that you are. Blessed beings that you are, each one of you. When you're ready, come back from this meditation into the present moment and open your eyes if they were closed. Thank you for joining me. Welcome. I love you. Stay tuned for an awesome broadcast.
Good morning, and welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Eugene. My name is Linda Finley. I am the spiritual director here, and I am grateful to have you join us today to be part of this service, to be part of our spiritual community. As we enter the month of June, can you believe it is already June? Our theme for this month is the soul's call. And we'll be talking today about that and about aspects of lumbering through the world to find our way back to our souls. Center for Spiritual Living is a New Thought spiritual community. We've been part of the Eugene Springfield community for 51 years now. And New Thought has been around for 100 years now. We are We find our roots in Ralph Waldo Emerson's Transcendental Group, and we're cousins with other organizations such as the Unitarians, Unity, Christian Science, Divine Science, and we were formerly known as Religious Science. But whatever name you call us, what we are is a place where we believe God dwells in and through all of creation, and therefore everyone and everything is sacred and worthy of our love and appreciation. Our organization, Centers for Spiritual Living, has a global vision, and we've been sharing a little bit of that each week so that we have a sense of what it is we are working toward. And today the vision is, we envision a world in which resources are valued, cared for, and grown, and where there is a generous and continuous sharing of these resources. We're all here together to be part of one unified whole. I want to thank Charmaine Mitchell. She's been a practitioner with us for a few months now. She was affiliated with the Paradise Community, and she lives over in Coquille, Oregon. And she's making her debut today as one of the weekly practitioners, and it was absolutely beautiful. I love the reading. The idea sounds very similar to what Dr. Holmes said. It's one thing to read the words, to say the words, but they only have power when you mean the words. And that's really essential for all of us, that we have to mean what it is we're saying. We have to say what it is we mean, but we have to mean what we're saying. We have to walk the talk that we are speaking. And there are days we'll fall down and we'll forget that, but that's why we have spiritual community, because in spiritual community, when one of us forgets, the others can help us remember who we really are and why we're really here. And now I would like to call Charmaine back and have her do an opening treatment for today's service to set the tone for things. So good morning, Charmaine. Wonderful to have you with us. You're fabulous. I love you.
Good morning. I love you too, Rev Linda. Thank you so much. Greetings, everyone, again, and welcome back. I will do a treatment now to set the tone for the rest of our service. So if you would please join me. Feel free to relax, sit in your chair with your back straight, close your eyes, and listen to my treatment and my words, please. In my treatment, I will use the pronoun I. Use it as your own if you wish. In this present moment, alive and strong, I pause to reflect on the awesomeness of ultimate love that created everything. I call it Sacred One, Peace, Spirit, El Shaddai, God, Most High, the I Am. I love to watch the branches of an old Douglas fir tree dance in the breeze and recognize God in that tree. God created all and has its being in the trees, the birds, and my flowers. The bright, cheerful red in my geranium is the vibrancy of spirit expressing. That vibrancy is in me too. I know I was created to be vibrant and alive. This is the great I Am creating through me and out into the world around me. I am a unique expression of my Creator. No matter what form I take, God moves and lives through me. I can never be separated from Source. I am a child of the universe. The choices I make are elegant and for my highest and best good. Any experience of pain or fear in this human form bring me to the awareness that love is always in me. It is up to me to keep going, even if it seems uncomfortable. Moving from the human sense of pain or fear back into the enlightened awareness of peace and blessed wholeness living in me is the creative process. In confidence and knowing the truth about who I am, I affirm that this positive energy is active in me right now, all this and better. With gratitude for this teaching, Science of Mind, I open my mind and heart now to Rev Linda's message today, knowing my consciousness will be enriched. I am blessed by the talent of music shared here today. I'm grateful for the sound crew and technicians that make this service possible, as well as other beautiful beings working behind the scene this morning. I know this to be the truth for all who are collected here today on this broadcast. I am here and ready to receive all of life's blessings. Love leads the way. I now release back to law these words, knowing that they are manifesting magnificently. I let go. I get myself out of the way and let God lead. It is lovely right now, right here, knowing all is well. I see it as so. Say with me, and so it is. Thank you.
And so it is. Thank you, Charmaine. Amazing debut. Yes. Oh, I'm so grateful when our community expands and changes. Even if we have not been able to meet, we've added new practitioners, we've added new members. We have people coming in from around the country and around the world, and we're all together in this. And it's an amazing experience to know that growth is happening even behind the scenes. Well, it's June now, as we said, and we have a new affirmation for the month of June. We will be saying it every week to get it going a little deeper in us each time. And I believe we're going to have it up on the screen here so that everybody else can, so you can see it. What I'm going to do is I'll read it through once, and then as you see it on your screen the second time, if you want to join with me from home and say it, or even from here, I'm happy to have you be part of this. So for now, just be with it and listen. I lean forward into my life, transforming pain and discomfort into lessons of love and power. I consciously live my own truth. Now let's mean those words and say them together. I lean forward into my life, transforming pain and discomfort into lessons of love and power. I consciously live my own truth. I remember years and years ago, I was up doing a wedding in Cannon Beach, and I walked into this bookstore. From across the room, I saw this book, and I went and got it, and that's where I developed a love for the work of Marianne Rodmacher, who is still a friend. And but the book that drew my eye was Lean Forward into Your Life. I think a lot of us have been pulling back from our lives, and especially when we're not sure what's going on, leaning into our lives is really an essential element of living a full, rich, and abundant life. I would like now to ask the tech team to bring up, we have two videos today from the wonderful Laura Berman. The first one will be right before the talk, and then after we do the offering, we'll have a second video from Laura. So please sit back, turn up your speakers, and enjoy this beautiful song.
There's a deeper lane, no need for words. Still inside I speak I've misunderstood. This life is safe and grand and good. Feed my soul till I reach the bottom, and it's deeper than I have ever known. Well, here I am found, now to live hereafter, and this love is but a sound. It roots me down. Your love, it roots me down. Ooh, oh. Well, I was a fallen one. Now that's a way that won't work. No, it won't work. Still, I'm holding on. I'm holding on through all the hurts. I am holding on. I've seen the fork in the road. I won't split my time anymore. Feed my soul till I reach the bottom, and it's deeper than I have ever known. It's deeper. Well, here I am found, now to live hereafter, and this life is but a sound. It roots me down. Oh yeah, your love, it roots me down, and the root grows me together. And the root is mine forever and ever and ever. I'll feed my soul till I reach the bottom, and it's deeper than I have ever, ever, ever known. Well, here I am found, now to live hereafter, and this love, your love, is but a sound. It roots me down. Your love, it roots me down. You root me, you root me down. Yeah. Your love, it roots me down. And the root grows me together, and the root is mine forever and ever and ever.
Powerful, powerful, powerful song. Thank you, Laura Berman, for that beautiful music. Roots. If you have not found, there's a book called The Hidden Life of Trees, and I really recommend it. I was able, when I was down in Ashland a couple of years ago, to get a illustrated version of it, where a forester took photos of trees, and it's how trees in their roots communicate with one another, help one another, feed one another, send messages to one another. And I really recommend it. It's a powerful book, and the one that's illustrated has such amazing, incredible images. I know I'm part Druid, so gotta put up with me with that. But trees speak to me, always have, always will. So we're in June. And this month's theme for the whole month is the soul's call. The soul's call essentially is our call to the deeply intimate, the deeply challenging and powerful work we're invited to do throughout life. There is something in us, even as little children, that moves us to greater action, to greater good, to greater being. And this is our soul and our soul's work. This month, Reverend Dr. Christian Sorensen is doing the daily guides in the Science of Mind magazine. And he wrote a beautiful piece today that I wanted to share a bit of with you. We honor the soul each time we visit thoughts that take us beyond appearance. Thoughts painted with vibrant, infinite good. Thoughts that partner with our intuition, with our uniqueness, and that trust our renewable abilities to bring contributions to the world. There is that within us that inherently wants, chooses, desires, and is able to give. Oftentimes it is buried under layer upon layer upon layer upon layer upon layer of story and belief that we have acquired, taken on, and built up as a bulwark through our life. Armed ourselves, walled ourselves in, fortressed ourselves, behind and underneath, if you will. But still, underneath all of that, there is a vibrant, giving, intuitive power that is ready to do good work in the world, that came to do good work in the world, that dreams of doing good work in the world. And it's our job to get ourselves out of the way and allow our souls to do that work. That's what we're called to do. Because we're all connected, that's one of the basic tenets of Science of Mind, is that we are one. There is the principle of oneness, that the one infinite source created everything out of itself. That one divine energy exploded into the universe and began shaping itself immediately. And we are all connected, and we are all part of this one. Because we are all connected, when one of us awakens, it impacts the whole. We talked last month about the whole idea of the holy, holy uprising, of an entirely sacred rising up to bring this teaching to the world, to bring it into the world, to make it a center for spiritual living. When we do that, as one individual, the ripples we send out impact the whole. Our soul is connected to all souls. Resonance begins vibrating the other souls who vibrate to that too, and we're drawn together. It's a principle that works all the time. So today we're looking at the idea of being pushed by pain. In our affirmation, we talked about moving through the pain, taking pain and discomfort and transforming it into lessons of love and power. We have I don't know, I can't speak for we, I will take that back. I, in my lifetime, have done pretty much everything I can to avoid pain. I'm not fond of pain. I am not into pain. Nobody's ever going to accuse me of being into those weird kinky sex practices because I don't like pain in any way, shape, or form, and I don't find it fun, so I avoid it. But when I deny and avoid it, I don't get the lesson from it. And pain is actually a good thing. There are literally people who are born with no pain receptors, and very rarely do they live past childhood because they injure themselves terminally and they aren't even aware that they are hurt. Pain is there to give us a lesson, a message. And this is one of the reasons I love doing the shadow work, is embracing our shadow, learning from our shadow, finding a way to learn the lessons that our shadow is trying to teach us, reveals to us that there's not something to be healed. Something doesn't come up to be healed. It comes up to be learned from. It comes up to inform us so that we can learn a new lesson, because it's a really kind of cool thing. When we learn the new lesson, the pain goes away. The thing that has been recurring over and over and over again, that has been happening to us, it goes away when we learn its lesson. For the last few months, 15, 16 months now, we've been learning lessons from this pandemic. Hundreds of thousands have died in this country alone. Many have been left with permanent disability. And those of us who didn't get impacted by the illness directly have been impacted in ways that limited our lives, what we felt like was a limitation, because we were called to step back. We were called to turn within. We were called to slow down. We were called to stop multitasking and to awaken to what was calling us in this moment, in this era. And I can't attribute this because it was a meme and it wasn't attributed to anybody, but I loved it so much I had to share it with us this morning. Once we stop rushing through life, we are amazed at how much life we have time for. When I stop rushing, when I stop being the little rabbit in Alice, I'm late, no time to say hello, goodbye, I'm late. The little Alice in Wonderland rabbit. When we stop all of that scurrying and hurrying and just are present and mindful to the moment, we discover there is so much life here to be embraced and to be lived and to be converted and transformed and uplifted. If only we turn within to our soul's call, to what it is that is ours to do. I've said many times, and I really want people to hear this if you can. The way I see the world is simply a reflection of my thinking and my beliefs. There's 6 of us in the room here today. We could look at the same event and each of us would see a different thing because we're looking through our eyes, not each other's eyes. So what I see might look beautiful, where what someone else sees might look frightening, where what someone else sees might just look boring. What's here to see? And that doesn't mean any one of us is wrong. It just tells me how I see. But in hearing what other people see, it helps me to see that I don't have the only viewpoint. There are numerous ways of seeing things, and oftentimes what we need to do is look at the thing and then come over here and look at the thing and then step back over there and perhaps look at the thing. And maybe, because I see different things when I look at it from different angles, when I hear different viewpoints. I expand my own soul. That doesn't mean I sell out my soul, but I expand it to include more. Because we always want to err on the side of inclusion. So many people want to exclude. Oh, you don't think like us, so go away. You don't look like us, so go away. Oh, you're not like us, so get out of here. I want to err on the side of including, maybe a little bit more than I shouldn't have. Because you see, that thing about us all being connected, that soul's call and that soul's connection, and that oneness in which we are in. If I can look at you and see past your behavior to the soul of God within you, maybe I can wake that up. If I stop judging by appearances, I may see beauty in you where even you don't see it. My ex-husband used to always say that that was one of my biggest flaws, is I saw in people what they wanted to be, not what they were. And I was sort of, oh no, honey, that's who they are. It's just they won't let themselves be them. They're afraid. That's why he's my ex, but that's a whole other story. But we have to choose. We have to choose to convert change and upheaval into the new, into transition into the new. When change and upheaval and ugliness and fear are coming at us from everywhere, we have to look back past the appearance and transform it into the new. Kamala Harris, in her book, which I have forgotten the title of now, but anyway, talks of looking for what can be. When we look at life, we need to look for what can be, unburdened by what has been. Let me repeat that. We need to look for what can be, unburdened by what has been. Seeing the potential even though we haven't seen anything like this before. Seeing the potential even though we haven't seen anything like this before. Thomas Troward, principle does not depend upon precedent. The infinite in its creative process, principle, does not care what happened yesterday or 5 minutes ago or 2 seconds ago. It doesn't depend on precedent. What can be is always here. And so we are open to what can be. And that is our job, and that is what we are here to do, is to look for what can be in the chaos of what is. Bewilderment and turmoil. I love that. Bewilderment and turmoil is kind of my middle name lately. Can become experience, or pardon me, can become exploration and reconnection. That which bewilders me, that which is tumultuous and feels like turmoil to me, can turn into a place to explore and to connect and reconnect with what could be. So I want us to, as we go through this, I've heard so many people recently say, oh, it's wonderful, we can get back to normal. I don't want to get back to normal. I don't like the normal we had a year and a half ago. I want a new normal. I want a normal that takes into account slowing down. I want a new normal that takes into account waking up to the needs of others, the viewpoints of others, the pain of others, the exclusion of others. I want all of this turmoil to turn into something that could be, that maybe has never been before, but somewhere in my mind, I know it can be. And so I use that pain to transform something new into being, breathing and pushing, making it so. Tracy Brown recent president of the Centers for Spiritual Living. Pain is not punishment. If you've set a goal to have something new, that which is unlike the goal must come forward to be released and replaced. Let me say that again. If I've decided I'm going to do some new behavior, I want some new experience in life, I want things to be different. If there's anything in me, if there's a belief in me, a structure within me, an idea within me that is counter to what I am working for, it's going to come up and get in my face to be learned from and transformed and released. That's pain when that stuff comes up. And we need to replace it. It often feels like pain, but now is the time to get rid of anything that is a barrier to your best life. Now is the time to get rid of anything that is a barrier to your best life. So when stuff comes up, learn from it and let it go. If there's still stuff that you need to hang on to, then hang on to that part, but let go of the extraneous other. This is the hardest part here. We're getting to the end, but this is to me, it's exciting, but it is a bit. Creativity requires chaos. I figure my house, and especially my office here and my office at home, are great indicators that creativity requires chaos, because they are pretty darn chaotic. If you've seen either one of them, that's chaos. But chaos breeds creativity. Creativity requires chaos, and chaos breeds creativity. So it's like this giant Mobius strip, this infinity circle. The more chaos you have, the more creativity we can create. Well, we're in the middle of creative chaos. I mean, this is like the weirdest movie plot ever. We've got a pandemic and a racial uprising and a financial crisis, and the cicadas, the 17-year locusts, all of these things come up in one 12-month span because they require creativity to create something new. We must experience the pain to come to something new. And the journey through pain is truly the pathway to joy. I don't know if you noticed some of the slides today. I love putting together the slideshows, and thank you to the people whose pictures I used. Several of them include paths. I'm drawn by paths and bridges, and there were a lot of them in today's slideshow. We have to choose, and there's one beautiful one where you come to the fork in the road. Or do I go this way or do I go that way? Life is that metaphor. Which path do I take? And the thing that we forget is whatever path we take, we can always change our mind. We're never stuck with one choice, with one decision. So let the pain of the chaos, let the pain of the turmoil, let the pain of the bewilderment, let the pain of transition awaken in you a desire to explore, to discover, and include a new way of being, a new way of living, a new way of uncovering the call of your soul. Life is good when we let it be. And now I would like to call Charmaine back to bless the offering and let people know ways they can give, and then there'll be another video from Laura.
Thank you. Well, definitely my soul was enriched my consciousness was enriched by that awesome, incredible message today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Rev Linda. I appreciate and love you so much. And I recognize that I am having a new way of uncovering the call of my soul. So let's slow down and tune into the language of nature. Thank you, Laura, for that beautiful song. And there's ways that we can contribute and we can show our appreciation to the many talents and the Center for Spiritual Living, which we support. So please do that now. On the screen there, you see ways to support, ways to donate, to send your tithe, to send your appreciation, to send your love offering. There are several ways: PayPal, Breeze, you can text, you can send your checks to the address seen on your screen. Knowing that we love you, and pretty soon we'll be able to meet in person. But until then, I love your support. I appreciate you so much. And being as a practitioner on the board, I appreciate your support. Thank you.
Just when I take a step outside, the rain, it catches me with no warning. Right before liftoff, what was once light and airy can't catch my breath, pour sweet canary for the weight on my body. Oh, break me, take me, climb inside, bring me to a new divide, and I will grow to know a better me. And this time I will lift off and fly. Just when I take a step outside, all around I see the empty spaces. No matter how many times on this flight I can barely get the height. Now I want to soar with clean traces. Oh, break me, take me, climb inside, bring me to a new divide, and I will grow to know a better me, and this time I will lift off and fly. Lift off and fly. Me and the time we made quite a pair, and it's a solo flight with the wind in my hair. There's a quiet line between me and the air, and I like it here. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I like it here. Ooh, I like it here. Oh, break me, take me, climb inside, bring me to a new divide. Oh, break me, take me, climb inside, bring me to a new divide. I will lift off. And this time I will lift off, lift off, lift off and fly. I will lift off and fly. Ooh, I will lift off and fly. I will fly high.
I will lift off and fly. That is my blessing and wish for you. While they set up the announcements, I want to point out the beautiful altar. Nancy Fisher, a little over a week ago, fell and broke her wrist and had surgery. And I was supposed to meet her here Thursday at 1 o'clock to set up the altar under her direction. And I forgot. And at 1:30, I got a text from her. Are you okay? Is everything fine? I got the altar set up. So bless her heart, with her broken wrist in a cast, she went up and down the stairs and got the stuff and set up this amazing altar. So if you know her, send her a love and a note, whatever, and say thank you. And now we're going to do announcements. And the first one I know is that we are going to have at 11:15 the Zoom meeting, the hangout for anybody who would like to hook up and talk to people online for half an hour from 11:15 to 11:30. The link is here. Usually they put it in the chat too. It's also in the newsletter. So if you get the newsletter, check there and just go check in and say hi to everybody. Mondays at 2, Sean is still doing integrative yoga. It is a wonderful class. It links our bodies and our minds and our souls with the principles of science of mind and the principles of yoga and linking together. It's a beautiful class. You can be an experienced yoga person and you can be brand new. You can do it in a chair. It is very, very simple and easy. I encourage you to get the newsletter or go to our website and get the link for Mondays or sign up so you can get the link for Mondays at 2. Thursdays at 7:30, Angela is doing the forgiveness meditation, and that's another wonderful, beautiful thing online. Get it from the newsletter or from the website. Go to our website, csleugene.org, and click on events, and you can find all the stuff that's going on there as well. Tuesdays in June, Angela just started the racial healing work with the Racial Healing Handbook. I think you can still join this week. But anyway, more details on that are on our website and in the newsletter. Then, this Friday is virtual game night. Kathy Day leads this, and on Zoom you can play various different games online. And so looking forward to seeing what happens with that. Enjoy yourself. It's a once a month gathering and again, check the website, csleugene.org, or the newsletter. I think there's a creativity, Saturday, June 12th and 26th. So those mornings, Angela's going to be doing a revealing bias workshop where we explore the hidden biases that we didn't realize we actually had. Again, go to our website. This is really good work we're doing, and we'd love to have you be part of it. And on Saturday, June 20th, Angela is leading an intuitive painting workshop online from 9 to noon. Again, go to our website, go to the newsletter, and get the link to sign up or get more information on that. And that's it for this week. Whatever's going on with you, allow yourself to be informed by it. Don't run from it. Step into it. Meet it face first with eyes up, and trust and know that whatever the pain is your pathway to joy. And that there is good. There is always good in everything, no matter what it might look like. There is something of love tried to happen right here. So it is.